But the first one that I sent you,
I'm about to play them now.
it was called. I started figuring out. It was called "Men Lose Their Future," and just play half of it.
You need to focus on yourself.
This brother is drunk
Focus on what?
with a bottle of Jameson, but uncut, telling it.
I used to think that men didn't want to be alone. And that is why every man gets so messed up when a woman leaves. But I figured it out. That's not the problem. The problem, Levi, is that when a woman leaves, the woman takes that man's future.
Yeah, man.
She takes his future because men build. We build forward. Women think in the moment, and men think forward. And when she leaves, because she leaves, they always leave. When they leave, it's not about taking the couch. It's not about taking the TV. It's that she takes our future. Because this is the problem. Every man shifts his purpose from his life to a woman. And our purpose becomes a woman. And all we do is we focus on her. And then on Friday, we're talking about getting married. Saturday, we're talking about kids. Sunday, we're talking about retirement. And Monday, she's gone.
Stop.
When we met, I had a truck and I had a job. When I was with her, I had a future. And then she leaves on Monday, and I got a truck and a job and no future.
No lies told, man.
None.
Like, no lies at all. Like, that is a reality.
Drunk people and kids tell the truth, man.
That is.
So when you ladies see us at an emotional breaking point, usually alcohol is involved.
You know what I'm saying? And he's right. Men look to the future. Women live for the moment.
And that is why my attachment to the future, it was so important to me, because I was consistently focused on what I was losing with the person I believed was going to be there for me in those golden years. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that.
Yep. The next one.
Not attracted to my spouse.
Bruh, that's this thing going on.
The lady gets on here and says, I'm not attracted to my husband. He's dark-skinned and bumpy looking and ugly looking. But I love what he does for me. So I had to learn how to love him. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or find him attractive in that way. It's so weird. And then Hefe drops an opposing video, the completely opposite reverse psychology vid of that, and makes the same type of video. Oh, I'm not attracted to my wife where I wasn't until I realized that she started cooking for me. And they're in the uproar. The women are in the uproar about it. The hypocrisy blows my mind every time. And Hefe just exposed it. People don't see how scandalous their actions or their beliefs are until they're in the other person's shoes, until they're in the opposing view. People don't see a problem with it until the fucking roles are reversed. Every time. If I was the husband and I seen my wife get on the internet saying that she's not attracted to me, but she loves what I do for her, she's getting fucking divorced. She's getting left that same day. We're going to divorce court. I don't give a fuck. The lady gets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. And so, like, how about address your concerns with that person? And I can understand falling out of attraction with someone, but that's why it is my job. You know, we had talked to a lady one day, and what was her amazing, phenomenal response to what it is she thinks a man needs as far as if we start feeling a certain type of way? What did she say?
Say that again?
The lady who had made the comment earlier and had said, you know, she'll become whatever it is he needs.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to somebody, and so you know how most women will say to a man, well, if I'm not what you want, then
Go ahead, find it.
Go ahead and
You can
find
leave
it.
me alone.
This person said to me, if I ain't the woman you want, then damn it, I'll put on a wig, I'll get some contacts, I'll buy a different dress, I'll buy, if you want a stripper, I'll get a stripper pole, I'll do whatever it takes to be the woman that you want me to be. That is the response that a
Yes.
man wants to hear.
Yes.
That's the appropriate response. It ain't, well, go find somebody else. Like, nah, we gonna work this shit out, and I'll figure out what it is that you want me to be. That is that to me. Those are signs of a healthy relationship. That is not, now we're not saying violent or manipulative or abusive, but if you have a healthy relationship, then it's up to the individuals to figure out what it is that we're lacking in said relationship and work it out.
And getting to the root.
Getting to
Because
the root of the problem.
I know in my experience, man, when, faced with couples therapy or whatever the case may be, therapists, well, Kenyon, how's things going? I'm like, oh, man, they're going great. I look back at said partner. I'm like, what the hell going on? We address cooking, cleaning, dishes, everything that was said was an issue. Those were never the issue. Those were all underlying sub issues. Those were not the root cause of the unhappiness. So, lesson learned.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? But also, man, it's one of those things to where, like, as a man, we have to, the older we get, again, man, your sister nailed it with the living long enough to know. I didn't say that shit probably 1,000 times. You live long enough to know. So when you young, as a young man, you know what I'm saying? We call them YNs.
Yes.
As a young man, you don't have enough stripes on your uniform to understand these things. So you're learning. So if you listen to the show, take heed to what we're saying, because what happens is this. A lot of times when you're young, you don't pay attention. You're just enjoying the things that are given or being provided for you, and you're not paying attention, and you're not watching her actions to see how she reacts to certain things.
Because she'll do it and shut up.
She'll do it and shut up.
But
and
she
won't.
resents the
She
hell out of
she
you.
will resent and the thing is, it'll be written on her face. You will say a joke like I can go back now, like in hindsight, I can remember there were times when you two was together and you would say something and she would do an eye roll. Now, hindsight, I ain't really paying attention to it.
Right.
But like going back and looking at it again, it's like,
got you.
oh, okay. But we're oblivious. We're not
Right,
paying attention. Or there was times in my life when you say something, you like, the energy ain't where you thought it would be for that response. But
For
again,
us to be together.
you're oblivious and you're not paying attention to it because you just cruising through life. Fellas, man, ladies too, pay attention to the signs, man. Like, wait a minute, hold on. We used to do this, and now I get like where it used to be you was chipper about this.
Right.
Now it's kind of like, I mean, that's fine. We can do it. It's not the energy that you used to. And so you just like, all right, cool. And you just go do it because that's what you used to do, but you're not listening. You're not watching facial expressions when it's like, wait a minute. Like something's off. Like,
Right.
And you have to pay attention to those things. Don't just blow past the stop signs, man. Don't just step over that brick that was laid down. Address the brick. And
That's it. Because as you continuously, was it Pastor Rick? You step over it, man. Every time you step over that brick, it just another brick goes onto that wall. Then you turn around, you got a whole wall behind you that has been built between you and that said person.
Yes, that person and it's too big to get over. You know what I mean? So always address things, you know what I'm saying, and to completion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes even the root of the problem, it ain't necessarily you.
Right.
It's the fact that they got someone else in their ear that you have no idea exists.
So that further makes them resent you. Because now they're doing what it is that they're doing. And so now they're looking at you with, what's the word? Starts with a D. Not disassociation, not discontent, but discord, man. They're looking at you with this face of disgust because you're still with them while they're doing this to you and you have no idea.
You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, man, to where as a man, like, you know, and we talk about this, you know, you have to put yourself, this is just my opinion, like, you know, somebody can think different, but in my opinion, as a man, you should always bring a woman into your situation. You don't go to her situation, because as a man,
That puts you at an extreme disadvantage.
extreme disadvantage, because this is what happens. As a man, you would never tell a woman to get the fuck out your house.
You never do that.
You would never do that. If you was raised right, you would never do that. You would never tell a woman to get out your house. She can leave. She can go. She can do all those things, but you would never tell her to get out your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is my house. You know what I'm saying? You can leave, blah, blah, blah. However, when you go to a woman's house and you moving with a woman, now you are at her mercy. And as we know, women can be emotional. Women can be up and down. They can be happy today, cold tomorrow, 1 minute. Like, this just, and some of it is just out of their control. Whether they admit it or not, it's just out of their control. So you can't allow them to control the baseline of the relationship. So by putting yourself in a vulnerable position by being in her house and under her roof, whether you paying bills there or not, you are still at the mercy of,
Yes.
It's my house.
Right.
And then you're the one that has to leave.
But as men, what we know, and it's not just bills, what we say, you always pay the largest bill in that house.
You always pay the largest bill in the house as a man. Like, you the mortgage is the one you pay.
Even if you can't afford it, you pay it.
You pay it. You figure that shit out.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
But at the same time, like, the best situation is to bring, because this is what happens. A woman always want to be that illusion or that mind of being, he's the provider. So I am providing a home for you. I am bringing you to a home.
We're providing a house. She creates the home.
Right. I'm providing.
Women are what's the word, man? That they
domesticated.
They not domesticated, but they create. Women are multipliers. So if I give her food, i.e. in the form of groceries, she gives us a meal.
Yeah.
And like we said, the house, she creates a home. When you walk into our house, it's not a home.
It's not a home. It's a
It's a house.
It's shelter.
It's shelter for us.
You know what I'm saying? But so, like,
and you see, there's no woman present in our house.
In a house. You can tell as soon as you walk in.
So
it's not. It's just nothing on the wall. It don't feel home. It's just
not.
a
It
house.
doesn't feel homely. It's just a house. I live here. I sleep here.
Yeah, that's it. We're very practical beings.
Right.
So
by ourselves when left to it.
So when you provide those things for a woman, then, like you said, she multiplies it and makes it better. But the thing is, she looks at you as a provider. Because she looks at you like, look what you provided for me. Look what you did for me. You gave me this shelter to protect me. You did that. When you go into her house, she looking at you like, motherfucker, I did this all by myself. I did this all in spite of you. So the second you do something that I don't like, I don't need you to be here because I did all this by myself.
Yes.
And so there's always that thing in the back of her mind that you're not the man that provided for her. You just a man that's mooching off her.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's why it's always good to have your situation in order and then be like, bring her in. Or if you don't want to do that, you then say, okay, well, if you got your place, I got my place. What we gonna do is
we gonna get
a place together, and you move into the place together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if she don't feel comfortable coming to your place, you don't feel comfortable going to her place, then you get a place together, and you both move into that place together.
What about in a situation where it's new, and say if woman, even though it's her situation, she always doesn't mind you coming into her situation. I still, at this point in life, now believe that it's still vital and important for you to have your own space.
You cannot, as a man. I just
agree,
because we've seen it many times. So many times. You've seen it in movies.
Yep.
You've seen it on TikTok. You've seen it. It's always the man to a man moves in with a woman. She tells him to get out of her house.
I would never. I have heard that shit.
We heard that shit 1,000 times. They throw your clothes out of. Ain't nobody ever throw clothes out of the house you in.
Ever. Well, I don't know. You ain't been to New Orleans. I done seen that a bunch.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't throwing clothes out of your house. They throwing your clothes out of their house.
Exceptions to the rule.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but the thing is, they can't kick you because you have legal right to the home, so she can't put you out.
Right.
It's your house. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is, men, you can't put yourself in those vulnerable positions with a woman. You know what I mean? Like you have to say, hey, like, I respect, but I'm not going to chase you, because what happens is once you chase her, you are now vulnerable because they're unstable at times, regardless of what they run off emotion. So when that emotion change, now you at her mercy, where you are a stable person. Men are mostly stable as far as like their thinking
in
practically.
relationships.
In relationships, so I won't.
That is why I had such a place of feeling of comfort while in a relationship, not because I was mooching, lazy, any of the above. Because as we looked around, who got all the trees cut? Who laid all the brickwork? Who did all the fencing? Who took care of animals? Who maintenance appliances?
Right.
If I couldn't do it, guess what? I knew who to call.
Right.
That's my responsibility, which brings us up. I don't know if you guys got to listen to our show on Monday. We did one live at the Get Fit here at 7140
Man,
East
take
Washington
that T-shirt
Street.
too. Take that hoodie back.
I got you. And we did a live there, and it was just so ironic because we had a young lady, and we've been asking all week long, to our female listeners, and I asked my stepmother and her family, man, they're bred different from a different cloth, but because they are women of a certain age. But the question was, if you are making $450,000 to $500,000 a year, would you be okay with your husband? He's home. He might play video games. He goes to golf with his boys, hang at the cigar lounge. But he meets you home. Dinner's prepared. He cooks. The house is cleaned up. And would you be okay with the fact that he doesn't work? Now, 8 out of 10, so that's 80 out of 100 women,
the majority,
have said and taken over 2 minutes to answer that question because they're trying to not sound a certain type of way, but it results in, no, his ass need to get him a job. Now, the 2% are the women that understand, oh, I have a house husband. I understand that. Those are the exceptions. Now, we asked 100 out of 100 men, that's 10 out of 10, and asked them the same question and reverse the roles, saying, now you have $400,000, $450,000, you could have $120,000 a year.
Yeah.
Your wife hangs out $50,000
a year.
Your wife stays at home.
Yeah.
She does not work. She might go out with a girlfriend. She might watch kids. She might just go to the country club.
No. There are no kids involved. Kids are grown and young.
No kids. But she might go to the country club and hang out all day.
Shop, whatever.
But when you get home, shopping, whatever the case may be, she got the Max card. When you get home, there is a meal prepared. The home is immaculate. Would you be okay with her not working? Immediately, in less than 5 seconds. Absolutely. I don't mind her staying home, because I can provide and I can take care of. There is the proof, and that is women provide for themselves and children, and men provide for the household and the family.
Yeah. It's a man makes money and he says, I make this money so I can take care of my family. Women say, I make money so I can take care of me.
And the children.
That's it.
And I'm like, wow,
that's
man.
it.
Like that is profound. And that's a social experiment. So, please, get back to us and tell us what you think. Go ahead, play the next one. The next one's off the beaten path a little bit, but it is kind of funny because we're in a situation, how do people approach people and just to be friendly and cordial and to ask someone, say, to lunch?
How you kept a straight face?
Well, what can I say? It's all about the fine art of consulting.
Oh, by the way, have you tried the new sushi spot on Canal Street? I'm checking it out Friday night after our meeting. You should come with.
To give context, this is the 3rd time that Jordan, the consultant, has asked her out. Sarah is not interested in going out with him. And if Sarah is uncomfortable being asked out by Jordan, she should promptly speak to her supervisor.
Well, it's just that I'm not really interested in him romantically.
I don't think he's interested in you romantically. He can clearly see that you love food, and he's just being nice and offering you a chance to go out and do what you love. Look, you're wasting my time. I can guarantee you he's not interested.
Your thoughts?
So what's funny? What's funny about this? What's funny about this?
We've both been hung out to dry
Yeah.
on this.
So what's funny about this is I saw the same video,
There you go.
but I didn't see the whole. I didn't see the last part.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see the HR part of it. Like,
There you go.
yeah.
She sent through she goes to HR with a complaint that he's trying to ask her out. No, he's asked you 3 separate occasions, would you like to go to lunch to this cool restaurant? I clearly see that you like to eat. So
Like, she's a bigger woman.
and so what's the problem in that? That's not him hitting on her. That's not him flirting. That's just him, hey, you want to go to lunch?
I saw a cool restaurant down the and she immediately was like, I'm not romantically like. He never said anything about it. He just said, there's a cool restaurant. You want to go grab a bite?
Right. I've done that before, and it was so funny. Lady stops at the door, and I'm like, "What's going on?" She was like, "I don't touch doors." I was like, "All right, I'll meet you outside." And I went outside, got in the vehicle. The funniest thing, she's like, "That was rude." I said, "No." I said, "What's rude is that you expect husband treatment, boyfriend treatment for somebody who isn't your husband or your boyfriend, and you are definitely not my wife or my girlfriend. We're just 2 people, and I happen to ask you, would you like to go to lunch?" The end. Needless to say, I've not talked to that person again. So
knowing
because that was what their expectation was.
So knowing,
Yep.
okay,
Uh-huh.
ladies and gentlemen, he 100% did that.
Yes.
If you know this man, like he 100% did that. Now, also knowing this man, I know him. It wasn't the fact, like he made it different. But if I know him, this is me. He can correct me if I'm wrong. It's the fact that what she said to made you react. You would have opened the door for the woman.
Absolutely.
But it's what you said when you said,
I
I don't touch doors. Not
What?
then it triggered you might not my girlfriend, you're not my wife, like, but you want that treatment.
There you go.
You want that treatment. So now it's like, I'm gonna double down just because I'm gonna be the asshole now, because since you was an asshole,
There you go.
I'm gonna show you that I can be a bigger asshole.
Yeah, true indeed.
That's why you did what you did.
Absolutely.
If she wouldn't have said that, you definitely would have opened the door for her. You're not gonna
100% correct, because you are a lady being a lady.
be a lady, but once you go into the, excuse my French, the nigga role.
Or no, she went into the entitlement role. And I was like,
okay,
no.
no. Because now it becomes the video we seen where the comedian was like, she was like, well, don't think I don't have sex on the first date because of these reasons. He was like, well, whoa, I wasn't trying to
Have sex.
have sex on the first date. He said then when the bill came, he was like, look, I don't pay on the first date because I don't want you to think that I'm gonna pay for all the dates. You know,
Bingo.
like whatever. It's like he completely took what she said and flipped it around to like, well, you expect this treatment from me, but then I'm gonna show you that I expect that treatment from you. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
So and that's what's happening nowadays is that men are like tired of the entitlement.
The entitlement.
We
man.
don't care about doing the gesture or the duty or we want to do those things. It's when it feels like, well, I'm used to this.
Oh.
I'm used to that.
And there are those women who will say they've never had that gentleman treatment. I apologize to those ladies, because we are gentlemen and we are real men.
But you know what's funny? Man, you know what's funny about that?
What?
So you were of the same mindset that I was until I heard this bit. And it made me think. The bit was like, he took this girl out and she was like, oh, guys never do this for me. You're the nice guy. And he was like, what do they normally do? Oh, they usually just come over here and just like blow my back out and leave. And then in that moment you realize like, I'm the simp. And like,
oh, no.
oh, like, and you allow it to happen?
Yeah, no.
So then it immediately, so now when I hear that, I immediately be like, well, who the hell you been dealing with?
Who have you been dealing with?
Who have you been dealing
Man,
with?
I've been somewhere and pulled out a chair for a lady, and she moves to the other chair, and I hurry up and try to, when she moves to, I'm like, who the hell are you used to dealing with?
Yeah.
I'm being a gentleman, allowing you to sit down first.
Yeah.
Your father never taught you this? Some of them don't.
Some of them don't, man. But it's like, well, what are you used to? Then you hear, you like,
Oh man, I'm sorry.
ugh.
Like you are. Those ladies are hanging with low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit, man.
It makes complete sense now. So when you're a higher hanging fruit, seeing the type of fruit that people choose to hang with, it literally turns you off. Like, I'm cool. We ain't
But the
even gotta
issue,
do
the
this.
issue is, ladies, like you should expect a man to be a gentleman on a date, and the second he's not a gentleman, he shouldn't be the man for you. Like it should be expected that a man open the door for you on a date. It should be expected, but like the thing is, you shouldn't have to say nothing. It should just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Let it play out. Let everything play out. And then the moment that he don't do it, then you just realize, like, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be humble.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm like,
Right.
you know what? I'm not. I said we just didn't vibe the way I thought we would because this is, and just leave it at that. Like, get home safe because you don't want to create an unsafe space for yourself.
Right.
You know, wait till at the end of the day, be like, no, you go your way, and then you let them know, like, you know what? Like, it just wasn't for me because I am a woman of this, and I deserve, like, not deserve, but I want a man that is this way.
This
and
way
you
to
just
me.
wasn't. You just wasn't that way.
We've had that happen. The next one, this is something on the line of more of our show that we had done a while back. The twos are the new number ones. Somebody else has cashed in
Men
on
cheat
us.
on tens with twos.
Because twos fuck like tens, and tens fuck like twos.
Hold on, let me pause it. God damn.
Ooh, rewind.
Nigga, hold on. bro.
Rewind.
Hold the fucking phone. Hold the phone.
Why do men cheat on tens with twos?
Because twos fuck like tens, and tens fuck like twos. You ready? All of this is subjective and perspective, and even though it may sound cliche, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So realistically, the women who think they tens really 9, 8, 7s, and the women they think twos really 5, 6s, give or take. Ironically enough, they asking why do men cheat on tens with twos, and dudes in their comments saying why is threes even asking this question? So you kind of get what I'm saying, subjective perspective. But the senses of this concept is very true because men definitely cheat on a 10 with twos and up and twos and lower, and here's why. Because the majority of bad bitches is bad at it.
Hold on. I'm gonna pause it. God damn, this is fucking okay. I'm gonna give a little. He might get into it. I want to break this down in sections. This is fucking gold. The reason why, in my opinion, the reason why, as he said, as I use air quotes on the video, twos fuck like tens, is because twos have to do more work than a 10. A 10 never have to do anything.
She just expects that entitlement.
She's expected. So she ain't going to slob on you and do all the nasty freaky shit because she's a 10. She don't have to do those things. A 2 to
She
keep
thinks
you.
she get pretty girl
She
treatment
gets pretty girl treatment. So a 2 has to do everything to keep your ass at home and keep your ass
engaged, and you're okay with that.
So the secret is to get you a 10 that thinks she's a 2.
On that though, yeah, she got a good face, good a body, good and attractive, but she also got a bad attitude, bad demeanor, bad decision making, bad aura. Not all, but majority of these women get a life pass because they look good. And after a while, you just a pretty face with 3 holes. A man is tired of filling up. You a 10.
Hold on. What did he just say? I say it all the time. Pretty women live their life all gas, no brakes. They go through life with no obstacles because you're attractive.
Correct.
That's just the way of the world. An attractive woman can pretty much get whatever the
out
fuck
of tickets,
she wants.
everything else.
Everything she wants just because she's an attractive woman.
But everything else is a 2. Adam 5, 6, 7s who you think is 2s because you a 10. After a while, they become the 10s after putting up with your 2isms. And don't let me be attractive more to her to the point that I can control and manipulate. I can mold this female to be a side bitch. I'm just keeping it real with you today. Self-esteem low, the man's is not. Yours is too high to the point that you blind by shit that's not really true because you superficial than a bitch. Now I really got a 10 with 2 bitches. She cool as shit. She an 8. She don't mind paying for shit because she ain't never really got a dude like that. That's attractive like the man would be. So she an 8. You fine as hell. And that's it. So you would too. Just in case you didn't know, them unattractive girls know how to put it down. They got to. It's a requirement. Majority of them cute ass girls, they can't do nothing because they just sit there. That's all they used to. Ask a dude right now, hey, if you get with the baddest bitch in the world right now, what you gonna do? I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna do everything. And that's exactly what he mean. He gonna do everything to her. She ain't gonna get a chance to do nothing. She's not getting experience. She just getting a lot of experience done on her from the perspective of a man. She just laying there because who doing all the work? Me. And that's fine because I want to do all the work because you fine then the bitch. I'm trying to be memorable to you because I want to do it again. I look at you. You just fine and you know you fine and the world been telling you you're fine. So you just been getting fine treatment. Don't know how to do nothing. You don't even know how to throw it back because you so fine. I'm grabbing you and I'm throwing it back on me because you so fine. Now you got this two who really a 5'6'7". She don't look all that and she knows she don't look all that. And the fact she got an attractive dude that's giving her a chance, she gonna show out. Doing more time on research. She looking up stuff. She what techniques she want to try out. Been dying to try out these techniques on somebody. But it's two. You know what she know how to do? She know how to hawk to a hawk. And when she does, she know how to make a hawk steak. We don't want to do nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing because you're not that attractive. I didn't come over here to have a good time. I came over here because I'm just trying to get it off. And she gonna come really put it on them. We gonna be like, goddamn, we didn't even know no beauty, just beefs could really put it down like that. Not a cutie patootie. She got woman intuition. She like, damn, how come he ain't coming over? And now she find out you over here cheating on her with the blowfish. Well, that's because she know how to blowfish and you felt like you ain't never had to up and do nothing because you cute as shit. Yeah,
Nail on the head. It is, and that's the secret that men know, that those ones that tens think is twos be the real ones.
Man.
They be the real ones, man, because it's like
You don't have to be the prettiest.
you don't have to be, man. Like
I am happy with effort.
What do I tell you all the time? Like you will send me videos of some shit. I'm like, man, I don't even look at them.
They're not real.
I don't even look at them because it's like, yeah, you a trouble. It's like your energy, like he said, your aura, your energy, your conversation, all that shit is dead.
If you have amazing energy, man, that is worth $1 million, man.
That is worth $1 million.
If you are confident in yourself, if you do not doubt yourself, if you are working on developing and bettering yourself, those are the levels of attractions that we call the intangibles.
The intangible, but it's like your, like he said, your aura, your energy. You just make me want to be around you because of the energy you give off, the coolness, the way you laugh, the way we can sit around and chop it up. You like, damn, like hold on, like dude.
I don't mind hanging with you.
I don't mind hanging with you.
I genuinely like you and enjoy the time we spend together.
There you go.
It's not because you're the most attractive to everybody else. I like you because I like you.
Because I like you. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the whole beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Amen.
It's like, you know what, to the world you might be a two, but to me, I'm like, to yourself, you might be a two. I'm like, but nah, girl, you got more going on than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like all you need is a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little pizzazz, or be with me and see with me. Then you want to up your game. Then it's like, well, who the hell?
Hold on, but what about the flip side? The semi-twos that then
they think they're the 10?
Think they're the 10 and start being gassed up, believing they're the 10.
Yeah.
And start doing all types of promiscuous there shit.
We'll see what happens with that is they misdiagnose that just because you get attention don't mean that it's the right attention.
It's not validation. He likes your eyes. He likes your hair. He likes your smile. He likes your dimples. He likes the way you walk. All 5 guys want to hit it.
All 5 guys want to hit it, man. And me and this dude, we like the fact that you got some nice ass. But to make your point is a lot of times women, especially twos, when they start getting a lot of attention, it becomes a dopamine hit, and they don't realize
because they've never had that. So that becomes their new drug of choice. Is that constant validation of somebody paying attention to them in their inbox, somebody like asking them, promiscuous questions on the job. Somebody go ahead, hey, you want to meet me here? Like them putting themselves in the position to be in that lane, whereas they can now be seen.
Yes.
So they have a new developed unseen sense of confidence that they believe is actual confidence when all it is insecurities becoming realities.
Hey man, pause real quick. I gotta put that on the t-shirt. The ticket to Pound Town, yo. I gotta put that on the t-shirt.
You read my bag, man.
I just saw the ticket and it said Pound. I'm like, that's a dope ass. That's a t-shirt.
Hey man, I got all kind of patches, man.
A ticket to Pound Town. But I mean, the dude he nailed it on the head, man. And when you get a 10, like when you get a woman like that, like that's where the term trophy wife came from.
Absolutely. She does nothing.
She does nothing but look good.
She can't cook. Food tastes like
nothing.
water. She just look good.
She can't do nothing. And so
he is not satisfied or happy.
He's not. You're just someone to recreate some good looking kids and go to functions with.
The end.
That's what you are. Like
you're an accessory.
You are an accessory. And most men, again, would deal with that because it's like, you know what? She fits the role in my life that makes me, that gives me confidence that I have her on my arm, blah, 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 blah. She fits that role. But the sex is terrible, man.
Right.
Why do you think Halle Berry can't keep a man?
Ooh.
Halle Berry is universally known as one of the finest
beautiful women in the world.
In the world, like, and dated multiple guys, and all of them said to a man, she's horrible in bed. She's terrible in the bed because she's Halle Berry. She don't have to hock to her. She don't have to, come on my face. She don't have to do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kim Kardashian was an anomaly. You like, this bitch fine, and she take it on the face.
Right.
And she asked for it. Come on, man. I was like, this is Kim Kardashian. Her fine until this motherfucker, come on, my fat. That was probably, to me, that was like the most epic part of the video. Was the fact that she was like,
I never saw it.
Dog, to see her pretty ass like, come on my face, you like, what? Bitch, and you work at Kroger and you don't suck dick, but this bitch is fine. Wow. She fine as hell, and she in that motherfucker, she choking on that motherfucker, and you work at the gas station and you want to tell me that you don't do that, but this bitch right here, yeah.
The next one.
That shit was class. We should play that last. That was fucking, let me see, hold on, put the last. Let's see what's going on.
Train ran on me has honestly lost its appeal. Like, I used to love getting blown out by an entire friend group, but as of lately, I've been more into one-on-one quality time. I feel like when there's too many people, you lose out on the passionate part, and that's honestly my favorite, you know? Getting a train ran on me.
What?
The new generation. The
new generation is convincing the old generation that this behavior is cool.
Like the fact that you got on a platform showed your face,
and so your parents know you saying it.
You saying it and say, what is your dad? Well, dad ain't around. Clearly, dad's not around. Like, what are we doing? Like, what kind of behavior? Like, like when you make this video, do you think that some dude, would you put that video out there? Was this out there forever? Like, you can try to delete it. It's been saved, cropped.
The internet is undefeated.
It has been screen recorded. It has been saved to somebody's hard drive that's offline that you can never delete that shit. And there's gonna be a man. Your kids gonna be 20. Your kids gonna be in middle school.
And somebody gonna be like, "Wasn't that your mom?"
12 years old, 13 years old, and pull up that video and show your mom used to get trains ran on her, dog. So what kind of mental health are you providing for your child by putting that shit out there in the public space to be consumed? Because guess what? Because you're not thinking. You're only thinking about yourself. You're only thinking about you're not thinking about what your dad think. Like, now your dad got to go to work because his friend saw the video. You're not thinking about your brothers, your sisters.
We saw
Dog, you're not thinking about your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your cousins, your grand, all your family functions, all that shit. Did you see the video where she said all of this? Like, you're not thinking about none of them. You're only thinking about yourself, and you want to do it for likes and for clicks
and validation
and for clicks. But you're not thinking about the ramifications
of your actions.
Man.
I didn't mean that. No.
You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about all of the people that what you said,
because clearly you cannot be a happy person.
Because clearly you don't care. You only care about yourself. But you have the nerve probably in your lifetime to call a man a narcissist.
How about that?
Yeah, but
You can't even spell it.
But that's the illustration that that's the behavior that you're illustrating. That you only care about yourself. Because why would you say that? Now, if you want to have trains before, like, keep that to yourself. Like, your kids should not be penalized for the decisions that you made as an adult.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The internet should not know that you had trains ran on you and all. Like that's crazy, dog. Like, you're not thinking about, like, that shit is forever.
Yes.
It's forever.
Yes.
And kids are cruel. Kids are fine shit. There's a teacher that's like, you come into the parent teacher come like, wait a minute, I saw your TikTok. I saw your TikTok.
Man, that was your mom?
That was yeah. And then
the coaches at the school.
The coach at the school. Now everybody hitting on you for no reason.
Yeah.
And little Timmy is like, well, my mom, he don't understand, but all of a sudden then when he gets old enough, the rumors start spreading, the video shows up, the Google search comes up, and it's not, here we are. Here we are. Your video talking about how you like, but you're like, well, I was young. It's too late.
Too late. You put it out there.
So some potential,
you put it in the ether, it's there.
It's there. A guy might like you, and then his friend's like, wait a minute.
Wait, you know who that is?
Yeah, she get trains ran on her.
Wait, hold on. She came to my office, man.
Yeah.
I bent over a chair. Me and my coworkers. Come on, for real?
For real, dog.
And that's who you with?
Yeah, nobody
want to be with that.
Nobody want to be with a town hole, man.
Bruh, hey, if you know, fellas, we have a moral obligation. Let that man know. Hey, man, you know that's old girl, right?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like in the past 4 years, we did this thing. Like, well, no, don't sex shame me. Don't just shame me for this.
Is that slut shaming?
Yeah, fat shame or whatever the case. But like, no, motherfucker, like
it call it like you see him. That's not shame. Shame comes from within.
I can be gender fluid. I can be these things and it not matter. I can be sexually this and it don't matter. It does matter. Yeah?
It does matter
to a man.
Yeah, because your value is tied to your virtue.
It's tied to it.
Show coming soon. Value tied to virtue.
That's a T-shirt, man. Write that shit down. That's a T-shirt. Value tied to your virtue. Yeah, for real. So this is the last one. It's like, I don't want a wife. Let's see what he says.
I don't just want no wife. I don't want no wife. I don't even like that title. That's some American shit. I want my best friend because, you know, you're going to honor your friend different, your best friend, than you going to honor a wife. You know, a wife just seemed like a business deal, business title. Yeah, it seemed like a business relationship. Happy wife, happy life. Like you gonna not piss me the fuck off contingent upon if I'm keeping you happy. Like that's not, I want a best friend. I wanna have a best friend to where if you my best friend, like we there for each other. I'm there for you emotionally. You have a death in the family. I'm gonna comfort you. Hey, look, you know what? I ain't gonna go to the gym today. You know, I'm gonna do this, and boom, brought you some flowers. You know, just little small things I could do to let you know if you need anything, I'm here.
Can your best friend be your wife? Can your wife be your best friend?
My best friend could be my partner. My best friend could be my partner. Either we grow together or we grow apart. Because there's gonna be times in everybody's life where y'all gonna grow together, then y'all gonna grow apart, and then y'all gonna grow into yourselves, and then it reunite.
Now,
or it might just go left and right, but guess what? It ain't a negative thing. We experience a beautiful thing together, and now we the journey must go on.
I agree with 90% of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
The part where I disagree is the part to where, like, you know, it's easy to dismiss somebody because you go in different directions. Like, to me,
that's what we see now.
It's easy. That's what we see now. Whereas before, people ride that shit out.
We gonna ride that shit out, man. And the analogy has been given time and time again. When you have a flashlight and it starts going dim, you shake it a couple of times, it come back on. Tap it a couple of times, it come back on. Eventually, it goes out. Well, you only have a couple of things, checks and balances to ensure it works. One, let's change the batteries. 2, or let's go ahead and check the light bulb. Not 3, we just throw this some bitch away and go buy another one.
Right.
And now, there is this ongoing trend to where people have so many options. Ooh, this one has LED lights. This one is shiny. This one is like pink metallic. This one vibrates. This one has a laser attached. So we get so sidetracked with the accessories instead of realizing the foundation of what it always was, and that's something to provide light in your life.
So this is one that I want to play. Hold on. Let's see.
Quartet. Did you hear about the women who became angry with Felicia Rashad after she said that women need to put on some clothes because men don't like that? And I'll be honest, when I heard what she said, I was like, hell no. Felicia Rashad is the actress who portrayed the matriarch in the legendary sitcom The Cosby Show. She recently appeared on The Breakfast Club, where she offered criticism for modern women.
I don't mean to be critical, and I hope young ladies listening don't take this as personal criticism, because I don't mean it that way. But you're young queens, beautiful and smart and brilliant and bright.
Okay.
And it really, I know I'm taken aback when I see on a college campus young women dressed in strips of clothing. Male instructors don't like it. But more importantly than that, you'd correct me if I'm wrong, sir. No man wants his woman to be out like that.
What?
Your response to what she said.
Absolutely. I think it's for my eyes and my eyes alone.
She is
100% right, man.
120%.
But then you have this ongoing revolution that's trying to say, no, it's men's responsibility to be able to be in a situation. No, because if you go to other countries, women are not allowed to dress promiscuously in public.
I saw this term, it's called office something, where a woman got fired because she wore an office, what do they call it? Office, shit. It was a term where a woman was fired because she wore a dress. They have a strict dress code. It's called like office bait or office something, and she was fired. But Felicia Rashad, she is a grown woman of like she's fucking Clara Huxtable.
Yeah.
And she's a pillar of what a lady, the way she carry herself. If you heard her address Charlemagne, correct me if I'm wrong, sir. The way she carry herself, the way she talks is with elegance, and it's a woman. And she's speaking and saying that, hey, your men don't want to see his woman dressed like that. We don't.
No.
We don't want to see
not at all.
Like that. We want to see a nice sundress.
Leave some to the imagination for the general public, even myself. So I have everything to look forward to when we get home.
Look forward to, man. A woman in a pencil skirt and a button-up business shirt is like one of the sexiest outfits there is to see, and it's elegant. You can see all the curve, you can see all the stuff, but it's like it's just it's not like your ass cheek hanging out the back of your pants.
No, that's not hot.
Like
why are we online twerking? Why?
Yeah, man.
I went through and started checking a couple of people's pages, man, on TikToks, Instagram, and I started noticing this thing. You know how it puts all the squares together. The views. So I went through and scrolled back. I just wanted to see how far back the videos went. Videos went back as far as like 2021.
Yeah.
And going back and just constantly scrolling, I noticed the numbers 600, 400, 500, 300, 200, 150, 700. I was like, oh, man. And I couldn't understand why this person had 40,000 followers. I'm like, well, what's so special about what they're doing versus like what we're doing, or like with the French Bulldog thing? So I kept scrolling, then I see it. 14,500, 22,000, 23,000. I click on those videos, and you are shaking your ass.
Yeah.
You are bent over on a handstand with your ass up in the air.
Yeah.
You have socially proved it based on statistics.
Yeah.
The videos of normalcy, of you just having something to say, no one wants to hear or see that.
Yeah, they want to see your ass.
The moment you put a glimpse of your virtue on display,
yeah.
Once that happens, everyone is now clicking to see what this is all
What
about.
all about, yeah.
And some of the songs that are played with those videos glorify the behavior that you're exhibiting in said video.
It's the same with the woman with titties. As soon as they'll have on no bra and they'll be walking around with a shirt and the titty be jiggling, they talk like, hey, we ain't nobody listening to nothing you saying. They looking at your titties. That's all they doing.
And I agree. I like what I like, but you know, there's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place. Like but the thing is, they confuse it with like, well, people like what I gotta say. No one gives a fuck what you gotta say.
They don't.
No one is in the comments saying anything about what you said. They're looking at your titties. They're looking at your ass. They're looking at the things that you're promoting.
And it was proven, you know, in Florida, you know, the lady has said how, you know, she has an Instagram following and it's just so profound that guys are all in her inbox saying, well, why don't you just dress a little bit, you know, why don't you wear more form-fitting clothing? Why don't you show a little bit more skin? She was like, the reason being is I don't show skin and I don't dress that way and be as provocative on my social media platform, but yet and still here you are in the inbox trying to get at me.
Right.
So that means regardless of what she's wearing, it's still not going to stop the advances of said men. But the moment she chooses to fall victim to the bureaucracy of showing more skin and leaving less to the imagination and losing what's left of her virtue, then of course the views are going to go up.
The views going to go up, yeah. I mean, of course, if you're going to show that, men going to look. And they're going to be in your inbox.
My grandma said that. She's like, men going to look, honey.
They going to look regardless. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you could be the church girl, it don't matter. You could be the teacher, it don't matter. You could be the office worker. You could be the purchaser on your company. You can be a dental tech, dentist. You could be an operations manager. You can be over HR. You are still the opposite sex. God had a divine creation when he made us as men and you as women. Pole A, circle B, it is the natural order of things in regards to the level of attraction. And like we say, love who you love, don't hate. But when it's about promiscuousness and about what you're putting out there on display, especially if you have a man at home, why would you want to do that or embarrass him like that?
Yeah.
And like we said, nobody want to be with the hoe.
Nobody want to be with the hoe. And the term I was looking for is called office siren.
Office siren.
Yeah, meaning you wearing clothes that, you know,
are promiscuous deliberately
to
attract attention, and to cause workplace hostile work environment,
which make sense. Like as an employer, right? Why would I want you to come to work half naked so I can get sued for some HR problem? Like, so just the way to leave it, like you cannot wear these clothes to work.
That's why there are dress codes.
So that way I ain't got to worry about, you know, your titties hanging out and you mad because John, an accountant, is staring at your breasts all day. Well, they out in his face. Like, what do you think he's going to look at?
Oh, he's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to have self-control. No, how about you shouldn't have worn anything like that in the work? There's a time and a place.
There's a time and a place, man.
Your place of business, of professionalism isn't that.
It's a professional environment, so you should dress professionally, and that means conservatively.
Correct.
Like, don't dress like that. But we have gotten to a space because as an employer, like again, I don't want to get sued. No. I don't want my insurance to go up and all that kind of stuff because you came to work all promiscuous and had everybody all over you, and you creating this energy in the room, and you like, oh, it's not my fault. Like they can't control themselves. Like what? Like you do realize that you're walking around as Bambi in front of lions.
Correct.
Like they're not supposed to eat you or something like that. Like, correct. Oh, not like I'm supposed to be like, oh, okay, yeah. Sure, your titties out and your stomach's out, and I'm supposed to focus on work and just talk about, you know, the new marketing plan that we supposed to. Like, hell no, we not doing that.
Hey man, there was a court case, man, going on at the city county building whereas a brother was being tried for rape. Unfortunately, he's a serial rapist, and it's been multiple states or counties that this has been going on. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me. But allegedly, there was the only piece of evidence that could link this man to the crime was a condom wrapper. So apparently he had worn a mask. You could only see his eyes. There were video footage of him, but he made one fatal, flawed mistake. And apparently this man had a relationship with this woman, but no one can prove based on camera or anything else, because you couldn't see, body type other than a big person that could have been a man of color,
right,
based on his eyes. Well, I believe where he went wrong, he even had gloves on, rubber gloves on. Where he went wrong at was he opened the condom, took a glove off, opened the condom wrapper, has 3 fingerprints on said condom wrapper, and the woman's DNA on the condom wrapper with his fingerprints. That puts them together. He was found guilty.
Good for that.
Yeah, man, justice served. I mean, and there are, I'm not angry with the justice system. I do understand that it's gray. It is not black and white. I do understand it is about proper legal representation in regards to being able to finance proper legal representation and have the economic means or the social status to afford proper legal representation. So at the end of the day, kudos to this lady that justice was served, and may any of this man's other victims receive justice as well.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, we're going to get into the top 5 at 5, man.
Man, let's see here. I was kind of conflicted because, like I said, brother, I had written something. I did have the 5 of 5, but I'm going to just go ahead and read this, man.
Hold on, let me get the right. Man, I got to find all the damn...
Number 5.
Doing everything right doesn't guarantee a win, because sometimes the situation doesn't need the right person, it needs the wrong one. Some people don't grow from love, they grow from pain. Some lessons can't be learned through success, they have to be learned through failure. Sometimes the situation doesn't need the most capable person, it needs the person that is going to mess up really badly, so everyone involved can see what needs to change. That's why you could be the perfect fit for the most prepared, the most qualified, and still not be chosen. Not because you weren't enough, but because that wasn't your assignment. We live in a world that tells us everybody that should win just because they showed up. But that's not how it works. Winning requires alignment. And sometimes, no matter how hard you work, no matter how right you are, you still won't win. And that's okay. Because if it were really for you, losing wouldn't be possible. Don't waste energy trying to prove yourself to something that was never yours. Take that energy and go where you're actually meant to be.
Man, shit, we only need 1.
That's it, bro. I've been working on that, man, just putting it into, words. A young lady had said that, and it had been resonating with me for a while now. So I had written it down in one of my journals, man, and it means a lot to me, and I hope tonight, you guys listening, it'll mean a lot to you. It ain't about being the right one, because you could have the right package delivered to the wrong address.
To the wrong address, man. That's always pretty big, man, to have that understanding, man, that everything, the one for you will be for you.
Absolutely.
And you can't force it.
You can't force what's meant to be.
But also, man, true love is always going to be easy. It's like you just flow together.
It should never be this much work or this hard in the infancy.
It shouldn't be, man, because again, if it's love that you're truly seeking,
we just work.
We just work. No matter what, you just work together. No matter, you click on all cylinders. You yearn for her company. You don't have to. She don't have to ask you to come over. You don't have to ask her to come over. Y'all just show up together.
Correct.
And that's the way it should be. And it shouldn't be complicated. It shouldn't be, well, you didn't text me this morning. You didn't do this. It should be you both are yearning to speak to each other, man. And that's the definition of true love.
That's called reciprocation.
Reciprocation. But the issue that happens today is it is usually one-sided.
Right.
You have to find mutual admiration.
Right.
She has to look at you like you're the shit, and you look at her like she's the shit. And together, y'all are the shit.
That's it. As always, all great things have a small beginning, and you only die once. So live every day. Tune in next week, and we'll have another episode for y'all.
Peace.